Hi, everybody. Welcome to today's installment of Violet Cove. I believe this is our first installment in the spookiest and best month of the year. So I hope you're all enjoying it. Yes, I am biased. Before we start, I'd love to give a quick recap of what happened last episode. Mostly three major points. Firstly, we had Bryce's meeting with Makoto Daimito, which was very interesting, very nerve-wracking for both Makoto and myself as a GM, as Harry had his character tell my NPC to shoot him. Really unforgettable stuff here. um, we reaped a lot of information from that encounter. Secondly, there's mention of a Halloween dance a couple weeks from now at Violet Cove High. Third, the police came looking for Wisteria after she blueballed the newest cop in Violet Cove, Officer Jefferson, but they successfully thwarted the cops by creating somewhat of a public seat in the cafeteria. And a fourth point that I have forgotten to mention, the full moon is coming in just a couple days. Relevant to certain people here. And with that, I will bring us to right where we left off. After creating a fuss of people kind of loudly a-cabbing the cops out of the lunchroom, praxis, as Harry would call it, things kind of start to die down once they've left for a couple minutes now. People are chattering about it quietly, but the noise levels have died down significantly, and you can tell that from the bathroom, Wisteria and Maddie. So you are welcome to return to your table if necessary, or if wanted.
All right, yeah, Wisteria is gonna like nudge Maddie to poke her head out, like, what's going on out there? Is there...
Yeah, I'll like stick my head out, take a look, see
Yeah,
if there's any adults around, unauthorized adults, I suppose.
I would think that they're all authorized, but yeah, the administrator who had brought the cop in is now gone with the cop, and the only like adults in the lunchroom are the staff that are like usually manning the lunchroom.
All right, I'm gonna come back into Wisteria and say, "It looks like we're good to go. Probably head back into the lunchroom for now." Whew, that's kind of crazy though. And yeah, I think we're just gonna head back in.
Yep.
Okay.
Back to the lunchroom.
Yeah. So now you're all together again. Oh joy.
Welcome back, y'all.
Does that sort of thing happen around here often, or?
No.
Only when you've done something particularly despicable, as you know. I think Jace got called to the principal's office, so he's not here to interject.
We all hear his voice in the back of our head. I don't know. I mean, I've been in schools that had cops sent to them before, but I figured that, well, what Wisteria did was probably a little more innocuous than the things I've seen and heard about in the past, I guess.
Mm-hmm. So,
I haven't been paying attention. What are we talking about?
Well, what you remember when we just had to go into the bathroom because there were cops here and they were, looking for you. I don't know.
Yeah.
I was surprised that they would send
if you
officers.
think about it, it's a small town. Do you think they have anything better to do other than killing dogs and beating their wives?
Ooh.
No.
I mean, weren't there several break-ins recently
Yeah, that's
that
my fault.
never mind. I don't really know how the police force operates around here.
It's to put it bluntly, a joke.
Yeah, we were gonna investigate the sheriff's wife, right? She said something about, or well, Mr. Daimito said something about her being behind some shady stuff.
Yeah, and I mean, he was behind some shady stuff himself, so if he's got like concerns about her, it's probably like something big. Think we should tell someone?
Why do we want to get adults involved?
We've been doing this entirely on our own so far. She gestures to Bryce like, you know,
Let's have Bryce break someone's kneecaps in.
I'm willing to help with that part.
Okay, I didn't agree to that. I generally like
Oh.
to solve things without physical violence, but
Oh, okay.
Hmm.
I mean, I
physical
look, I-
violence that hurts people.
Isn't
Look,
physical
I'm-
violence always going to hurt people?
No.
Eh?
this conversation is getting a little too metaphysical for me. I don't really understand the full extent of it, I think. But I don't know. When I moved to this town, I was sort of told not to get in trouble. And poking around the police chief's wife's business kind of seems like a really good way to do that thing that I was told not to do.
I have an idea.
Oh,
Yeah.
Most of us are going to be going to colleges soon. I was told by my parents that college would be a waste of money on me when I could go to vocational education. Anyways, for you, you could say that you're looking for an internship that would look good on your resume. Or that any of us are looking for internships that would look good on our resumes.
yeah, I suppose that one of you can go for that. I don't know. I'm not really like the good sort of deceptive liar type. The whole like underhanded stuff doesn't really come so naturally to me.
Well, I can't do it because
I'm perfect for
I'm
it.
not qualified for college.
Sounds good.
The cops are already too familiar with me.
So we're just gonna have to spiffy up Bryce. I.e., have you not looked like you walked out of a Hot Topic hoodie store?
Hot Topic hoodie store. They have stores that sell hoodies only.
I suppose they might be branching out. I don't know. Seems like sort of narrow casting to me.
Yeah.
I don't know. We don't even have a mall here in town.
Yeah, I was gonna say like it's weird living in a town that doesn't have like the sort of big commercial
What,
area.
decaying retail space? It's a relief.
Yeah, I mean, I
I
guess.
thought you like dead things, Bryce.
What the hell is going on here?
What does that
I
mean,
don't understand
Wisteria?
half the conversation that's happening.
Wisteria,
Yes?
just because I don't have a pulse doesn't mean I have an affinity for dead things.
Wait, what the fuck?
Wait, you don't have a pulse?
Oh, Jesus fuck. Did you not tell him?
Huh?
Oh, did
Her?
you not tell her? Sorry, Phil is playing with Maddie. I'm dumb.
Look, I haven't been told shit.
Ah, son of a bitch. Okay. Here, come by my place. After school, I can drive us all there if you want, or you can just follow me.
Oh, okay.
Hey,
Because honestly,
meeting at
things...
Bryce's.
Huh? Yeah. Things are gonna get weird, especially in town now, so it's best, considering you're part of this whole thing now, you're in the know.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Oh, boy's right.
Well, I suppose I can at least pretend that I haven't been getting in trouble or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
As long as my dad doesn't find out, it should be fine.
He won't. And if he does, let me know. I can make him unfind out.
That sounds threatening. I don't like it.
Oh, it requires no physical harm to him whatsoever.
That sounds kind of worse. I hope you get my meaning. It just the way that you had to bring up physical harm makes it seem like it's probably worse than
I'm
just
fully
straight
aware
up
of the
physical.
implications.
Okay. Well,
I've done it to you before. Oh, we'll explain later.
The bell rings, ending the lunch period before this gets any worse for the second half of classes today.
oh boy.
Yeah, class time.
There is no more cop sightings. Luckily, they seem to have laid off, at least for now. Perhaps they are taking a different approach to their investigation.
It's their investigation as to who blueballed their rookie officer.
Obstruction of justice.
Because they have nothing better to do.
Yeah.
Like,
Exactly.
listen, y'all can make fun of it, but I'm just making a realistic police department.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. And as we're saying, they have nothing better to do.
They literally don't. Yeah, so the day goes by without incident, no more announcements or anything like that, and you're free to head to Bryce's after school to make some fantastic new discoveries.
Yeah.
Okay, out of character.
New discoveries.
Out of character. I don't think Bryce has ever told the group that he's a vampire.
He has absolutely discussed this in front of
I think he
Wisteria.
discussed this in front of Becca and
Wisteria, I have discussed
And
this in front of
Jace.
you.
and Jace, yeah.
Am I just stupid? Okay, so the stupidity carries over into character. Anyways, back to having no
Great.
brain.
I was gonna say, does Wisteria remember?
You know, she might be finding out all over again.
Exactly.
we all might be finding out all over again.
I think it's just you and Wisteria.
Yeah.
Hi, I don't have a brain cell.
It's
I
okay.
used it all learning Japanese.
Anyways. I hear an echo. Phil, on your end. If you have headphones, that'll be useful. Oh, you do have headphones. That is so weird.
Very.
Yeah, because
That is really
Sometimes
weird.
if I
yeah, the echo is legit coming from your thing. Like, I can see the levels here. It's just if you have your
Yeah,
headphones in, I have
weird.
no fucking clue. That's bizarre. Anyways, so after class, unless anybody wants to start some shit during class, I'll be waiting to drive people, or if you want to drive yourselves, just, wait. And let them follow.
Okay, so one way or another, Wisteria, I'm assuming you'll be joining Bryce in car. Becca, motorcycle.
Offering the ride to Maddie as per usual. At this point.
Maddie.
We can't hear you right now.
Yeah, I
Oh.
I muted myself because my
Perfect.
Discord was fucked up.
Okay.
And I missed the last minute or so.
We were checking to see if you are taking up Maddie's offer for a ride to Bryce's.
You mean Becca?
Becca's.
Sorry, yeah,
Yeah.
Becca's offer.
Yeah, I'd love to.
Alright, cool. Hop on.
Don't do so. It's less scary this time, slightly.
Perfect.
Always scarier the second time.
All right, and
Yeah.
I will drive my old shitty pickup truck to the auto repair shop. Just for a little bit of description, it looks like at the end, it's like at the end of not at the end of a road. It's a long road going off into the distance, and there's just this old auto shop that basically looks abandoned. Like there's some broken windows, the signs completely faded, stripped away. You would think it would be abandoned, like, unless but there's cars out front that are being worked on, stuff like that. And I'll lead people inside unless they want to ask questions or anything along those lines.
I think for everybody but Wisteria, this is your first time seeing where Bryce lives. So take that in.
Huh.
Yeah, Wisteria frequents here often, so she's just gonna start making herself a cup of tea.
You've all seen, to be fair, like, okay, so I'm just gonna, I'll show them, I'll just let them in the place. The office, like the front office where you go to sit, like if you get your car serviced, you know? There's a couch there that's probably older than these people. There's old posters on the wall that have since almost entirely peeled off. It is in a state of decay.
Good game.
Interesting choice of residence, my dude.
Oh, I don't live here. Follow me.
Okay.
I'm gonna lead
This
them
isn't
to
really-
I'm gonna lead them into the auto shop, like into where the jack is to hold the cars up and all that.
Mhm.
Then I'm going to lead them to the elevator.
Okay.
Would you like to come with me?
I suppose that's what we came here to do, right?
Perfect.
I mean, if we said no, then that would kind of be counterproductive.
I'll press the
Right?
button and we'll go down into the basement. This is where Bryce keeps.
Secret basement,
Yeah, this is where
secret
Bryce keeps
basement.
his cars and shit, and also
Under
his
the
living
business.
quarters.
Oh my god, he's got a bat cave.
It's not exactly a bat cave. It's lit a lot more like it's very well lit. So
We're
he
not
can
going to get murdered here.
no.
Potentially.
And it's like just below the ground. It's not deep down. So you're probably wondering where I got the money to build this.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't like. Is that like your parents' auto shop or something? It doesn't look that.
No, it's mine. I bought it new.
No offense. Oh, okay. So
I
they're
made
kind
some
of just
good
not in the-
investments in the East India Company a little while back, and they paid dividends, and I got out while the going was good. And of course, I've been passively investing my money since then. Now,
So
yes?
I've never really been a big history person, but like, is the East India Company like still a thing? I thought that was like some really old shit.
Yeah, no, it's not. Here, let me Google when it collapsed.
Bryce says.
The East India Company. The East India Company came to an end towards the end of the 1800s, 1874, if I remember correctly. Anyways, here, let me give you a bit of a tour. I'm going to take them just to the closet area where I have some important uniforms and memorabilia that I've collected over the years. One would be an old race suit, like race car driving suit from the 50s and 60s. Another would be a World War I infantryman's uniform from England with a rifle and, kit all attached to it. They're on, like, dummies on mannequins. And I'll point to a hole in the chest of one of those, of the uniform. That's a .308 round. Went through my lung.
Fun times.
Yeah. You can imagine the shock on their face when I kept fighting. You
Love
see,
that
a
for
lone
you.
Brit hops down into your trench as part of a trench raiding party, gets shot to pieces, and, then they go back to their business. Then I pop back up with my club and my rifle, and, well, that's how medals are won. What was it Napoleon said? Men will die trying to get a piece of tin on some ribbon. Yeah.
So, what are you like? Some sort of Benjamin Button or something.
Here, Maddie, I'm gonna take the bayonet off my rifle and hand it to Maddie. Still
Okay.
sharp.
Yeah. Why exactly? Like, why'd
Right
you hand me
here.
this? And also, why is it still... This is like exactly the kind of shit my dad told me not to do.
Oh, don't be a
You've
pussy.
gotta
Stab
stop doing
people.
this, Harry.
It's just so much
There
fun,
are better
though, Max.
ways.
No, there are. Are you telling me there are better ways to reveal you're a vampire than having someone try to kill you and then, like, shrugging it off?
Does the Holy Cross work on you?
No.
Just like
Carry on.
slowly like poke.
Come on.
Like, poke
Don't be a pussy. Give it to me. Look, yeah, thank you.
Just give it a stab.
I'm just standing there with a knife in my heart. Not bleeding, by the way. No blood's coming out.
Yeah, the knife just kind of sticks.
kind of pull it out and like stick it back in again.
Same spot or different spot? Just out of curiosity.
Like same spot. Just
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
kind of just like
I'll
The knife
lift up my
comes out
shirt.
clean and you put it back in.
Yeah, I'll lift up my shirt and show the knife wound.
okay, I have no idea what the fuck is going on here.
Becca's just losing her shit off to the side.
Let me put it this way. During the French Revolution, I may or may not have been an aristocrat and had to flee through the sewers of Paris to try to escape from some rightfully pretty angry people. I got separated from the people I was running with. They all got caught. I didn't. The only problem was I didn't get caught by the revolutionaries. I got caught by something else, and now I'm a vampire.
Huh.
So yeah,
Like
I took all the money I could out of the banks and, separated it into different accounts under different names, invested it, and here we are in my secret underground system of garages. I guess well, it's a garage, a closet, and a bedroom. But that's it. Out in the desert, because honestly, I've gotten tired of being a part of things.
So like a blah blah, I want to suck your blood type like vampire thing.
Those stereotypes are very
Like-
offensive. I'm kidding.
I'm sorry.
Yes,
I
exactly
just-
right. You're entirely correct.
Okay. So
Okay.
Rebecca's a werewolf, Wisteria's a fairy.
what the fuck?
Wisteria's just off in the corner, like trying to see if she can make a steak.
Wisteria, can you fucking... What are you making a steak with? Everything in here is... This place is like a fucking...
She carries around tree branches in her purse.
Wisteria, a tree branch is
so
not
like a
going to
stab,
pierce
stab,
my
stab.
rib cage.
You don't know that.
Lose my marble. Can't.
Bryce is currently getting like a brief glare of just visceral death from Becca. Like, how dare you?
Don't you have other things to worry about? It's a full moon, after all.
Oh, that reminds me. Someone told me not to have you do something.
Motherfucker. Of course this day is going. Yeah, I'm getting ready to deal with that bullshit.
Oh yeah,
I mean-
Maddie, I've told you all of this before, but then wiped your mind because I changed my mind on whether or not you should know it.
That's what the oh my god.
You have broken the Maddie.
My
that was
apologies.
during a
At
time.
the
I
same
need to sit
time,
down.
it was for the best.
I'm just gonna go
Yeah,
and like
here.
sit down against the wall, just like slump, like
I mean, hey, to be fair, I've lived for 19 years and I didn't know that I was a fae. I thought I was human.
To be fair, you don't pick up on very many things.
Mm.
he has a point there.
Be nice to me.
Sorry. It's a lot of information to intake.
Sarah's gonna go
Yeah.
like sit in a box in the corner, just like pouting.
Where'd you get a box?
I don't know. I'm assuming there's a box
Manifest
somewhere.
box.
No.
Wisteria's a prop comic.
There's
Fine,
not.
then
This
she's
place
gonna-
is. Bryce keeps this place fucking spotless, by the way. Like,
Oh wow. Okay, so it's nothing like your room in
it is the
IRL.
polar
Okay.
opposite of my room IRL, and it is the polar opposite of the decaying, decrepit auto shop above.
All right, yeah. So Wisteria is just like standing in a corner pouting.
So, like,
Oh, and whatever you do, if any of you go near that vault in my bedroom, I will shoot all of you.
What?
Out of character, the what?
Vault, I believe he
Vault.
said.
Ah,
I
If
don't-
you point these things out, then of course we're gonna question it. We didn't
don't
even
shoot me
notice
because,
that.
oh my god.
That's the thing. I
So-
think I'm the only one of us who can really survive taking a bullet. So, yeah.
Well, yeah. Let me just make sure I got this straight. So, you were an aristocrat during the French Revolution.
Correct.
And now you're in Mr. Nielsen's homeroom at Violet Cove High.
Well, I was this age when I got turned, and I'm stuck this age forever, so I have to keep up appearances. I'd definitely attract attention if someone my age was a known figure in town and never going to school.
I guess. God, all this shit just gives me the shivers.
So wait,
And I-
what are you gonna do when you graduate? Well, I mean,
I have
when
been
you
in
graduate.
senior year at this school for, let's see, I came here in the 70s. So yeah, I've been a senior at this school for a long time.
I mean, how does that work for you?
The school, I can wipe people's memories and amend paperwork. It's very easy
Okay.
to do.
As the GM, I needed to know how you were pulling that off. But that is reasonable. Continue.
Yeah, I've used it as cover. I don't even, at this point, I kind of try to do poorly in school, but I've taken this fucking course these fucking courses so many times because our curriculum hasn't changed in like 30 years that I couldn't if I wanted to. I have fucking nightmares where I'm taking a test and I look down at the paper in my dream and I know the fucking answers. I recognize the test. It's annoying. I hate it. I'm tired. But I have to do it.
Sleep?
Is that like a vampire thing? Like you can read in your dreams?
No, it's not. It's
'Cause
just
I
I've taken this
can't.
test so many times, it has been engraved into my fucking cerebellum.
I don't know what that word means, but okay.
part of your brain.
Gotcha. That makes
Wait.
sense. Could have just said brain.
Okay. So vampires are usually weak to the sun, crosses, stakes, and being
Dead?
no,
Decapitated.
that one.
My understanding of decapitation is that most people are weak to that.
Well, oh, also silver. I think silver is one of them. Doesn't silver also work on you? Pointing to Becca.
I don't know if I'm comfortable with all
Silver-
of us talking about the things. Never mind. I
Silver's
guess I'm
just an
not really the one
irritant.
who
You
needs
won't
to be
kill
comfortable.
me with silver, but it won't feel very good. It's like garlic. I could eat some Italian food, but I would violently vomit blood for the rest of the night. It would be incredibly unpleasant. Pretty much,
So like an
it's
allergy.
yes,
Good
severe.
poison.
The only real ways to kill me are stake through the heart or complete decapitation. But that's true of just about anything. Anything like us, when in doubt, decapitate. Yeah, if you don't know how to kill it, just take its head off. Because even if that
I
doesn't kill
hope-
it, like in the case of a zombie, then it can't move. So,
I hope I never need to use any of that information.
I don't know.
that's
I
why I'm
mean,
telling you all this now, because there is a real possibility you will.
Okay,
Are
that's
you
a
implying
bold
that you're
difference.
gonna like stab someone?
No, I'm implying that things are weird here and there's something bad going on, and so I am beginning to fear that my plan of moving out to bumfuck nowhere to never be bothered by the supernatural again, so I could live out the rest of my existence in a relatively innocuous way with my artifacts and my cars doing what I love. That's all been thrown away because apparently fate has a different thing in mind for me and for all of us because this town is fucking crawling with things like us.
Welcome to Violet fucking Cove.
I've been here longer than you have.
I think she was talking to me.
Isn't that kind of fun though? You're surrounded by people who are like you.
I have been surrounded by people who are like me for the past 400 years. Well, 300 roughly.
Have you tried getting along with the people who are like you?
People like me, vampires,
No.
are not
not
the type you can
vampires.
get along with because at the end of the day we are predators. The images we put on about ourselves are only really, they're just that. They're facades. Underneath is a hungry, murderous animal, and if you don't treat them like that, then they'll murder you. So that's why I fucked off and avoided them for so long, because I didn't want to get involved in that. As for werewolves, as you know, Rebecca, werewolves and vampires aren't exactly best buddies.
So were like those like books and the movies and shit, those like semi-documentaries, or like how much did the like Twilight stuff
They're
get
good at
right?
guessing. The Twilight, I don't know. I don't sparkle. However, I don't burn as much either. I still have to put on a huge amount of sunscreen, though.
Oh, is that why you smell like bananas?
Yes.
Huh.
If I squint, I guess you kind of vaguely look like Robert Pattinson. Not much though. Could probably work on that.
But there's probably more of us out there. Isn't there? I mean, there has to be more than
Yes.
just vampires, werewolves, and fae. Well, I haven't encountered
Ghosts, witches,
Uh,
demons, zombies.
If I may interject, Bryce and Becca, you are both very aware of the existence of more of you as a fact.
Yeah.
Wisteria, maybe not so much.
Yeah, I mean, Wisteria is very new to this. You being told you're a human and then finding out I'm not a human. I want to meet some more people like us.
I'm kind of good with, this circle. Maybe in the future I'll like open up to more. It's a lot to take in,
Yeah.
I'm like, there's a lot to process here. That might,
Mhm.
I don't know, take a little time.
All good. Understandable.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot.
I'm
Yeah.
glad you just didn't faint or scream or try to kill me or make a cross or start praying to whatever god you believe in if you do. That's
Huh.
generally the reaction.
Yeah, I guess most of those things seem kind of futile.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, maybe the sort of gut instinct reaction would have been different if I had one of my softball bats with me, but like, that also probably wouldn't have gone well for me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it also helps that you're in a room with only one exit that I'm currently standing in an underground bunker of my designing. And the
Well,
only way
okay,
out is
you
through an
don't
elevator. So
you don't have to put it like that. Like you're
Bryce, do me a solid and stop phrasing everything so fucking threateningly.
I can't help it. I'm a vampire.
Wisteria's gonna
Thank-
like tug on
thank you,
Bryce's
Becca.
sleeve.
Your too hot stat argues differently.
Hold on. Wait a second. So, you remember when I went all purple and noodly, right? I think you were the only one around for that. Do you have something like that? She's just gonna start like poking at his cheek. Her little 4'11" self hopping up to poke Bryce on the cheek.
It's cold.
Yeah, I no. Here, I'll give her my wrist to feel a pulse.
No, not like. When I went into, I guess, Fey form, I felt overwhelmed by something.
Oh, I know what you mean. Yes, I
Does
do
that?
have something like that, and I try not to ever let it out, because when I do let it out, people die.
And do you have something like that, Becca?
We'll learn tonight.
I was intending on being around precisely fucking nobody and not having more people than already knew find out about this. Thanks.
That's the plan. Where do you want us to dump you?
Generally, Generally, I go to Luna Isle. No one usually goes there.
Luna Isle.
Wait,
Aptly
that-
named?
is that what like all the
Wait,
scratches and
did
like
you?
on the Ferris wheel and stuff? There were like a bunch of. They,
Unfortunately, Maddie,
sense.
yeah, about that.
Okay.
Sorry, that's how you had to find out. I didn't really intend on telling fucking anybody. Glares at Bryce again.
Well,
Seems that's out of my hands now, though.
if we're gonna
Have you
keep
ever killed someone?
Out of character, what?
Have you ever killed someone?
I'd really rather not get into this right now.
Well, that answer now makes me curious. I'll tell you this right now. I've killed people. Quite a
I
few
know you
people.
have.
I don't think anybody's surprised by that.
I don't think I've killed anyone.
I haven't. I can affirmatively say that I have not killed anybody.
I don't know. I could have wiped your
Anyways.
mind to make you forget it. Of course, that would be addictive.
Fuck.
I'm kidding. I'm messing with you. However, you really can't trust your memories.
But
Even
Sarah's just
even
gonna-
without the existence of mind controlling vampires, memories are really fallible.
But Sarah's gonna like stick out, hold out her hand towards Becca. Can you make a promise to me?
Depends on what.
Whatever bad thing you did, I don't know what it is, and I guess I won't pry since it seems a little touchy for you. Can you not do it again?
Physically cannot make that promise, but okay.
You can turn into a werewolf and like destroy stuff. But I guess what I'm asking you is to not kill people in your werewolf form.
Once again, literally do not have a say in the matter, but...
It feels like this kind of just got really awkward. I don't know if anyone's feeling that same sort of energy, but I feel like I have a lot I need to go and process, and maybe you all have things that you want to hash out when
Yeah. I'm gonna
I'm
just
not
check my
around.
watch to see the time.
I'd say you've spent like an hour here after
Perfect.
school. Call it about 3:30.
You get out at 2? Huh.
I don't. Where I went to school, we got out at 2:30. So that's
Oh,
what I'm
that's
doing.
nice.
Do I know when sunset is?
Sunset. It's still pretty early in the year. Would likely be late. You have another 5 or 5.5 hours.
Great.
Well, Maddie, if you want to get out of here, I still got a couple hours apparently, since now you know. If you want a ride, I can give you a ride.
Yeah, I'd appreciate it.
She just fucking walks into the elevator and waits for Maddie. Becca's fucking
I'm
pissed.
slowly follow.
I'll follow
Yeah.
too. I know I'm not welcome, but I'll follow.
I guess it is your house.
Yeah,
So
Wisteria's
We're
there
all
gonna
is-
go as
packing
well.
onto the motorcycle.
It's also the only way out of the basement they know of.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
I didn't
so-
just
the
build this
basement.
place around the cars. As fun as that would be.
Yeah, there has to be a place for the cars to leave, doesn't
It
there?
started with
I don't
one
think we've
car,
thought that far.
and
No,
it just
it's- And then they-
stayed in park
And then they
as the
replicated.
entire compound
Yeah.
was built around it.
No, you guys, like my GT40 is down here. Like, yeah.
Every time he drives them, he deconstructs them, put all the parts in the elevator, comes back up, and reconstructs them.
Yep.
Perfectly logical.
Just load the whole car into boxes, 1 foot by 1 foot boxes.
Stack them up.
Yup.
Yep. So you all pile back into the elevator, and it brings you back up to the ground level.
Becca just fucking walks out. She's fed up right now.
Yeah, I'm following.
I'd say that was a success.
How so?
Anyways, off to investigate the police, the sheriff's wife. Is he a chief of police or a sheriff?
Sheriff. It's a small town.
Okay.
Okay.
At least there's a little more accountability, but still.
Does anyone want to go first? Because we have Becca bringing Maddie home, and we have Bryce investigating. So does anyone have a preference as to who wants to do some more talking?
If Phil's down, I'm willing to let Bryce and Wisteria go first.
Oh.
Yeah,
I
because
was
Wisteria would have just tagged along with.
I
Bryce.
didn't want to pigeonhole you into that, but you're more than welcome to. All right, yeah. So let's start. You have very little information to go off of, but for you that isn't a super problem. But where are you going to start your investigation?
Question: does Violet Cove have some sort of neighborhood watch kind of deal?
Like the Guardian Angels?
Just like, I'm sure there's some HOA that has a neighborhood watch that makes sure everyone's
Oh my
hedges are to regulation, you know?
Bold of you to assume that people have hedges around here.
Oh yeah, it's a fucking desert, I forgot.
If there, I guess if
cactus
there is a
hedge.
neighborhood watch, it's very small.
Oh, okay. Because I wanted to see if the wife was a member of it. Because typically that's like something wives do in suburbia.
Is it?
I'm going off of stereotypes of suburbia from the 1950s.
Yeah, Jane's a city girl.
Hi, yeah, nature don't know her. Ironic, because I'm playing a fae.
All right,
Okay.
where should we start? If we're looking for corruption, I guess. So we're investigating the sheriff's wife. Does she work anywhere, or does she stay at home? I guess I have to find that out, right?
How would you know? Yeah.
Yeah. I'll like
Do
Google
my
her.
parents know them?
Do your parents know them?
Yeah.
I don't know if your parents would, be friendly with the police. Like, I don't really see any intersection there. I'm sure, like, you guys all know, like, the sheriff's name in town, maybe besides Maddie, because she pretty much just got here a couple weeks ago. But you would know Sheriff Warner is his name. You've maybe seen him at, like, the cops come by, like, town festivals and stuff like that, but I don't think either of you would have had reason to interact with him personally before.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Library. Do we have a library?
Yeah, you guys have a small town library.
Okay, because libraries typically have town records and things like that, so we can do some research there.
Okay, yeah, so you guys can head to the Violet Cove Library. It's very close to school, actually. Close enough that your own school library is more of a go walk down the block type of ordeal. It's not too big, but it's not like a little shack either. There's one very large floor, and a taller top floor with a computer lab. You go in, and an older woman is manning the front desk and waves to you as you come in.
Do we have to interact with her, or can we just like smile and wave and walk by?
It's
Yeah.
a library, so nobody's gonna like ask questions like, "Why are you here?"
Yeah,
Like,
I'm
it's a free public resource.
I'm just gonna go Google the chief of police and his wife.
Wisteria's gonna go to the archives and search through the W section.
Okay, so you head up, Bryce, to the computer lab on the second floor. You Google Sheriff Warner's name. There are a couple of results. There's a variety of local news articles getting quotes from him about things that have happened. His name pops up, of course, in a lot of the reports on like the incident TM that happened that ruined Violet Cove as a town. On the website for the Violet Cove PD, there's a profile for him as well, detailing him, as the sheriff. He's worked in this position for the last 15 years, et cetera, et cetera, Jane, you're looking for archives.
Yep.
Can I look into while this is happening, can I look into like the incident that ruined Violet Cove?
You guys all know, like, I talk, like,
yeah, there was somebody died.
Yeah, this is something that you guys all know. This is why Luna it's the two girls that died on the Ferris wheel.
Yeah, so Wisteria is looking through the W section, trying to find Wallace and maybe some records of the family history, if there's anything supernaturally traced around them or something like that.
Yeah,
We're also looking for odd occurrences in the town.
Okay, so in the town archives, I say you will find from probably about 25 years ago a newspaper article congratulating the wedding of Carl Warner and his new wife, Davina Warner.
Davina.
In terms of strange occurrences,
is there any trace of her maiden name in that article?
Yeah, it's like I don't know how to like say like the French word, but it's like the NEE with the dash. That is it nay? Okay, I'm so good. Like, I'm so glad that you said that, because I did not know how to say it the right way. Yeah, her last name is like maiden name is Iganoff, which I will type in the chat for your writing down.
Iganoff.
I don't know.
Why is there uh-ohing?
The
Is Iganoff like a historically sus name?
No. I just think I know where this plot may be going.
All right, yeah, so Asteria's going to make notes of that.
Okay, yeah. Then in terms of strange occurrences, you know what? Roll for me, Jane, I do have a couple of occurrences in my little head bank. Roll a
Yes.
d6. Roll a d6 and tell me what number you end up with.
Just 1d6?
Yeah.
5.
It's just like rolling like a random percentile dice, but smaller. So with a 5, you find an incident detailed in the archives from the early 80s. Actually, when was... Hold on, folks.
What are you looking up? When was?
I want to get an exact time period of a like specific American incident.
Something that would probably contain potential spoilers if we were let in on it.
No. It's just this is like a satanic panic era type of thing.
Gotcha. Okay.
Oh, that's fun. Are we? Ooh, is it the
Yeah.
West Memphis 5? The
No. The article you find is about a weird occurrence where there was like a 4 or 5 person like ritual suicide that happened in Violet Cove during the height of the satanic panic. The report briefly skims over a few symbols and stuff, symbols and words that were written and shown at the
Sarah's
scene
gonna
of the crime. Or
Write
I
all
don't
of
know.
those down. Where was the crime in town? Is that building, is that area still intact, or has it been
Where was the ritual?
Yes.
It happened out in the desert right outside the air base.
All right. Taking note of that as well. Is there any way that I can look for... Oh god, I'm gonna butcher this so badly. Ignov in the town records?
You can
Or-
try you can try searching for her name as well.
All right. Yeah. Wisteria's gonna use her new little phone to text Bryce the name of the wife along with the satanic cult ritual murder and some other things.
Do I recognize any of these symbols?
Yeah, these may have been things you've seen before in some more dangerous contact with demonic entities.
Son of a bitch. Okay. As for the woman's name, now that I have it, I'm gonna like look her up
Okay.
properly.
I'm gonna just give you guys like a small small load of information of what you find like combined, if that's okay.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
absolutely.
What's the T?
So the I guess from Bryce's side of the research, you can find Davina also. Come on, words, Max. Come on, words. I it's been a long couple of weeks. You can find that she's received a couple of accolades for scientific fellowship. You find some older stuff uploaded from the university she went to and her work in biochemistry there. You can both find that she used to work for the Department of Agriculture and at some point in the middle met her husband and lived in Violet Cove. From articles you can both find combined, it seems that she's relatively active in local government. Although she's never quoted, she's listed as like a participating member in sorts of town hall meetings and stuff like that. Yeah, I think that covers it.
God damn it. We got
All
another
right.
fucking crazy biochemist. Ugh.
Yeah, the agriculture thing worries me. Maybe we can do a grocery run to interact with her, just like offer her a sample box of produce from the local farm. Support small businesses.
Well,
if you like read into the articles, her work at like in that department, administrative and not actually doing the science. Her biochemistry work in college that she received accolades for were at the time some pretty strong research done under a professor of hers, helping in the curing of certain genetic mutations in animals.
Okay, so bringing vegetables would not work. This cult lead is interesting.
I think we should pay a visit to their house at some point.
How would we go to their house? We don't know them. They don't know us.
You see, I was thinking of doing crime.
Bryce said, "Be straight, do crime."
Oh. Okay. That sounds fun.
This would be very dangerous crime. You could get shot. I would not want that on my conscience. If you'd like to, I don't know, cause an incident, you're more than welcome to draw the sheriff away, but...
You have a conscience?
Oh, go fuck yourself.
I'm teasing.
Sometimes I wish that the audience could see our chat as we play.
I can set up
we are quite funny watchers.
I can set that up if you guys want.
Oh, maybe next episode.
Yeah, okay. I have to fully evaluate the consequences of that statement before I say yes or no to it.
Okay.
Set up a Discord server.
What was I going to say? Well, we don't know how durable I am in comparison to other supernatural beings. Why not put that to the test?
That is a terrible idea. That is absolutely the worst idea I've ever heard. Because if you're wrong, then you're dead.
Fair point.
Yeah. That's the thing, I'm already dead, you know? You got a beating heart, you know, that's... Be nice to keep it that way. Anyways.
At that, I'm gonna say, before you go any further with planning, Maddie and Becca, what a fun ride home you must be having.
Yeah.
It's probably pretty quiet to start, at least.
For the first couple minutes, probably.
Yeah, I mean, luckily you have plenty of time because Bryce lives on the edge of town.
Yeah.
How convenient.
I'm sorry, I don't want to make this, like, awkward or anything.
Okay. What's up?
I don't know. Honestly, I don't really know what to say. I mean, it's a big thing to find out that, you know, there are sort of supernatural beings in the world, let alone in the town that you just moved to, let
And in the
alone the
school of
fact,
you.
yeah, and that several of the first friends that I made here were, you know, said supernatural. It's a whole lot, you know. Um, and I know you're like, I hope it's not weird to say that I know you're different than I am, but I I guess what I'm trying to say is it doesn't make you different than you were before found this shit out. Does that make sense?
She she takes a second to respond. Just yeah. Yeah. I am sorry that's how you had to find out. I really was not intending on having this be something people know.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it
With
seems
good
kind of,
fucking reason, I think.
yeah, it seems kind of shitty at Breast to just kind of be like, you know, throwing around people's secrets like that. Um, I know I wouldn't want that sort of thing. Not that I have any kind of, well, yeah.
Like, oh, and by the way, this chick's a werewolf. Yeah, sure, thanks, Bryce.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
just
not the most sensitive way to do that, I guess.
I am glad though that you're not fuck, how the hell am I gonna word this? That you're not thinking of me differently. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because, like, I care about you, and I wouldn't want this to be the reason that. Please tell me you know what I mean.
Yeah, I get you. I believe me, I am not great with words myself, so I can kind of get the meaning that people are going for usually if they're having trouble. At least I hope so. Um but yeah, I hope you understand if I'm a little weird, I guess, for a little bit. Like I still have to get used to it, right?
Understandable. Um, yeah, take your time. Just thank you. And also, please, for your own sake, just don't go to Luna Isle tonight. I really don't want you to see that.
Yeah, I kind of wasn't planning on it, I'm not gonna lie. Like before or after knowing, you know. It wasn't on my itinerary. You know, got a packed schedule for tonight between like, you know, making dinner and eating dinner and homework and I don't know what I'm saying. I be safe.
I'll I'll try. I'm just I'm really glad this I'm really hoping this didn't fuck things up, and I'm glad to hear you don't think it did.
Yeah, I don't think so. Um, and I know that those other two can kind of be a lot sometimes in their own ways. Black.
Please understand, I was exactly 3 inches from punching Bryce in the face, although I know that'd probably get me killed, hence the main reason I didn't.
That would have been one kind of hilarious and two kind of satisfying for probably both of us. But it probably was a good idea to restrain.
Anyway. Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah.
That was
Who
a
knows?
fuck of a lot. Have fun processing all of that.
Have
And
fun with the moon, I guess.
you know, literally any night other than nights like this, feel free to hit me up. I'll swing by whenever. Not like I have parents to worry about, so
Yeah.
that all pans out, you know. Just feel free to hit me up whenever you want to talk, you know.
Okay.
And in the meantime, I guess I'll see you in school.
Sure. Well, my house is right over there. Probably near the end of the ride, yeah.
She pulls up in front of Maddie's place and lets her hop off and gives a little wave of like, have a good night.
You too, I guess.
I'll see you, Maddie.
See ya. Kind of turn and head towards the front door.
She waits until Maddie's inside before pulling off.
Mhm.
Yeah, you've made it home safe. Good for you.
I did it. I escaped the vampire's den. Achievement.
Yeah, I would call that a very eventful day for many of you. And so is there anything else anyone wants to do before we do some quick full moon coverage?
After I drop off Wisteria, I'm just gonna like stake out the sheriff's house. I'm sure somebody knows where he lives. I'll
Yeah.
check the yellow pages or something, and I'll stake him out. I just want to try to get a sense for the schedule.
Pages.
Wouldn't that have come up in the research we did, where he lives and such?
Probably.
Even if it didn't, yeah, like I'm sure you would be able to find this out eventually, especially because small town.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like I remember like in high school our band found out where our band teacher lived. And we weren't even trying. It was just by accident. Somebody was
Really
driving around on
incidental.
Halloween and saw him handing out like candy to kids, and they were like, "Oh shit, he lives there."
I mean, my high
Oh,
school
yeah.
advisory found out where my advisor lived, but it's also because he lived in like an apartment building right next door to the school.
Oh yeah, well that makes sense.
Yeah, that happens.
I hit his
Yeah.
apartment building with a soccer ball a couple times.
Why
Yeah,
though?
By accident.
you eventually stumble upon his address. You can drive up to his house. He lives just a couple blocks away from the police station. The house, I wouldn't call it modest. However, it isn't like a rich person house. I would call it like an upper middle class house.
Yeah, he's on a sheriff's salary.
Yeah. Fairly nice. It's like kind of like a cream colored ensemble. They've got, nicely manicured lawn.
My main goal is to see the comings and goings, and if I can get my eyes on this Idenoff woman.
Yeah, so right now, I'd say let's call it an hour and a half of research in the library, just to make it plain and simple. Like not long after 5 o'clock, she pulls into the driveway in her car from wherever she is employed now.
All right.
And heads into the house, but there isn't like another car in the driveway yet, so the sheriff is presumably not home.
All right, so we have a window then. Perfect. I'll keep that in mind for tomorrow.
All right. Anything else anyone wants to do?
I'd like to stay up until my dad gets home.
Yeah, you can do that. He gets home
Yeah.
very shortly after his shift as well. Pretty usual. Sometimes he's late if he picks up food and brings it home for dinner, but he hasn't brought anything today. He's happy to see you.
Hey, Dad. How was work?
The usual.
Yeah.
Why?
I just being nice and asking. Um, have you noticed anything weird about this town? I mean, we haven't been here very long, but it feels like there's just like stuff going on that people don't talk about.
He lets out a yawn. Goes, if by stuff you mean you can't get a decent piece of sushi around here, uh, that's stuff. I guess it makes sense. Where the hell are they gonna get the fish?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't
Sorry,
really trust any fish caught in, I don't know where, like Great Salt Lake or something.
I'm sure that's not what you meant, though. The people are a little bit odd. I'll give you that, but I think that the people down in Texas were also commonly loud and eccentric. So maybe this is just normal here.
Yeah, it's definitely different. I don't
Well, I
know,
know that you've made some friends. You've been out of the house a lot. So I'm glad
yeah,
it's going well for you.
yeah, met a couple people at school, a couple friends in my homeroom class, and the girls on the softball team are real nice. Um,
Yeah, when does your season start? Is that
like, okay, out of game.
yeah.
Softball's usually like a spring sport, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I was just making sure it was the same in this. Well, they had like tryouts and stuff just to get like new players in and involved with the team, because honestly, team's a lot more of a thing here, more of like a entity than it has been in most other teams I've been on. But I
Yeah,
don't.
I saw when you that their team was very good. Uh, yeah, I would love to have some of your teammates here. I could bust out the grill, really impress them.
Yeah, I mean, I'll definitely talk to some of them about that. I probably wouldn't be the uh, best person to organize something for them, but I could probably talk to a couple of them and get the rest of them on board. That'd be fun.
Yeah, please. Why don't I go fire that up right now? I got burgers
Oh, tonight?
frozen. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
Look at you doing healthy,
I'll
normal
see who
things.
I'll see who I can get to come on short notice.
You don't. No. I just us.
Okay. I
Just
was
us,
getting a
dude.
little nervous. That was kind of the social pressure of it all, and got me scared there. Sorry, I didn't quite get your meaning.
Yeah, just hang tight. Dinner will be ready in a half hour or so.
Oh, and Dad,
Yeah.
I'm just I'm glad you're liking it here, feeling safe and all.
Yeah. Is there something you're not telling me, Maddie?
No, sorry, I just like sometimes I just get weird vibes from people in town, like strangers and stuff. There were some cops that came to our school today. They were like looking for one of the students, I guess.
Why? What's going on? Is this
I
about that
literally, I literally have no idea. They didn't really tell us anything, and they kind of just came in and started like looking around. It was odd.
That leaves a bad taste in my mouth. I'm gonna call up your student administrator tomorrow.
Okay, you don't feel like you need to do anything on my account. I've been just fine.
One day, when you're a parent, you'll understand.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate your concern. Thanks, Dad.
No problem. Somebody in the group had to have good parents.
Yep.
At least one person.
or parents.
Well, Wisteria has parents.
Wisteria has parents. That's true.
Mysterious parents aren't bad parents. They're just scared because she's terrifying.
Yeah, but I wanted, somebody to have a good, wholesome relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Yeah.
All right.
Sarah's parents are helicoptery, and that's not good for your child's development.
I'm proof. It's not good.
Woo!
I turned out bad. So with that being said, the sun is setting in Violet Cove for tonight. Bryce and Wisteria have returned home after a long day of research, finding out quite a few new things about what goes on in this town. Maddie, you're enjoying some freshly grilled burgers and corn on the cob with your father for dinner. Maybe feeling a little bit unsettled, but glad that you have support at home. And Becca, what are you up to?
Currently, she's probably gotten to Luna Isle by now. She's just waiting in a rather secluded part of it. Just kind of simply vibing.
Yeah,
She knows it's coming. She's just riding out the time.
It's towards the beginning of the week, so there's nobody here. Sometimes when the full moon is on a weekend, you get caught in a tougher spot because people like to come here and drink, but nobody's here today. And you've made all of the necessary preparations, so when the moon starts to come up, you're as prepared as you possibly could be. I am not sure exactly how you would like to proceed with this, Vic. If you want to give like a description to anyone watching of your like wolf self, for the time being.
It's a little hard to describe. I ended up going with the interpretation of, just like straight up wolf shaped.
Mm-hmm.
Like, not the fucking Harry Potter-esque abominations, just straight up wolf shaped, but like angry. Her fur's like black and white. It's pretty definitively salt and pepper, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I'd say, like, having seen the picture,
You completely cut out. Having seen
I
the picture, blank.
many times, I would definitely call the first.
And again, I don't know how you're doing this.
I cut out again at the same spot.
Salt and pepper, blank.
I'm just agreeing with you on your option.
But yeah, the change happens. There are a lot of like pretty unholy noises to accompany that because changing a shape like that probably seriously fucking hurts. Literally having her bones restructured on the fly in a matter of like minutes probably hurts like hell. So there's some unholy noises coming from there, which I'm hoping will steer people away from the area.
Yeah, like I said, luckily it's this is the middle of the week, or the beginning of the week rather. So nobody is in. You saw a couple people in the shops on Cypress on the way here, but there's still a great deal of distance considering you've made your way to the inside of the park uh, before the transformation begins.
Okay. So, yeah, most of her time here is spent wandering around the park and casually causing minor property damage, despite the fact that no one really owns this anymore, and hoping against all fucking hope that no one wanders to where she is.
Yeah. You make it through the night successfully without, real contact with human beings of any kind. A couple of unfortunate small birds are nerfed from existence. I
A
know.
couple small birds get deleted.
I love birds, but it unfortunately is the realistic option. But you otherwise make it through this night safely. And before we close, Maddie, I know you wanted to do one more thing with your time tonight.
Yeah, I just wanted to send a quick text over to Jace saying Bryce sort of spilled the beans. Becca was not happy.
The text you get back from Jace says, welcome to my wonderful world of immortality.
She's gonna respond, wait, what? I didn't know about Jace.
I know, but he would assume because he's stupid.
Yeah. And then, with like a bunch of H's.
He goes, jump the gun on that one, huh? All like separated into different texts because he's gay.
Yeah.
Becky usually spends the moon at Luna Isle, but she should be at school tomorrow. If she's not, I'll take you to go check on her.
Say just like thanks. Night night.
Wait, ... Are you like okay?
Like with a bunch of M's and then sorta.
Do you like iced coffee?
Yes.
I'll bring you some tomorrow. Hopefully it'll make you feel better. Night.
Thank you. Good night.
Okay. And I think that should pleasantly end another chaotic episode. Every time I sit in the chair, I'm like, this one should be, pretty standard. Nothing special
And then
is
Harry
really gonna
starts
go
some
on today.
shit.
I'm always proven wrong every day,
Oh
and
my
that's why I
God,
love you guys.
Yeah, you can't expect anything.
Yeah, really, you can't.
Yeah,
so-
listen, because of me, this group has -1 brain cells. So if we're functioning at like a brain cell and a half, it's half a brain cell at that point.
Why doesn't I have quite a few things to talk about. So why doesn't everybody else do their pluggables first, and then I'm gonna go a little mini rant.
Sure. I'll go first. You can find me on Instagram at Phil_Kutch or at on Twitch at twitch.tv/Phil_Kutch. I'm streaming Wednesdays, Fridays, and Sundays. Currently playing ironically, a vampire game, which is super fun. I'm really enjoying it. I think I'm getting close to the end, so tune in for soon when I go on my major killing spree. Also, coming out this Saturday is the second episode of my podcast, Neither Here Nor There. This one, I kind of take the reins and talk about some stuff from space. Potential aliens. That's what it's about, but that's neither here nor there.
Always. I can never escape the phrase between you and co-host, friend of Violet Cove, Scott.
Friend of Violet
Yeah.
Cove.
Great. Anyone else got pluggables? Jane, Harry?
Here,
Yeah.
Jane, you first.
Harry can.
You
Okay.
got fewer to do.
Hi. Yeah, exactly. I've got a Twitter and a Tumblr under the name of The Confused Crow. You can find me here on Controlled Chaos and as Lynn in Saratoga by Night. Other than that, I'm suffering.
Yes. Becca, do you have anything? Or Vic, sorry, I called you by your character name.
All good. As per usual, scream into your local void. I might answer back.
Okay, yeah. I'm Harry Wyckoff. You can find me today on twitch.tv/theonyxpath from 9:30 to 11:30 p.m. We're playing a game of Changeling the Dreaming. It's a lot of fun. It's crazy. And one of our players has new internet, so they shouldn't be dropping in and out all the time. It'll be great. Also, Celebrity Count on YouTube, this channel, like, favorite, subscribe, all that shit. I have a video essay coming soon. I'm going to film it very soon. I was going to film it last night, but I was way too tired and ever so slightly intoxicated. So I will film it on Friday, which I'm excited for. It'll be fun. What else? Saratoga by Night. Listen to that. It's everywhere. All podcast platforms. Give it a listen. The Beckoning Book Club.
New episode soon.
Yes, new episode soon this weekend, Saturday. The Beckoning Book Club is another thing I do with my dear friends Chris the Primogen, Huddy von Schland, and Jersh from FTL Gaming and Strange Adventures and all the million other things he does. Most recent episode is out on the Strange Adventures YouTube channel. Give it a shot. Yeah, off to Max.
Okay, so here comes a slew of announcements. First, the usual, you can find me on Twitter at ArcaneGoth, Instagram.cause, and on Saratoga by Night, Controlled Chaos, and here. So that's fun. Secondary announcement. As I was talking to my players about earlier, this weekend would have been New York Comic Con in New York City, which is currently not happening in person because of COVID, but the con has been a huge part of my life as a part of the nerd community, and I've gone every year since 2014, so it's really strange for me not to be there right now. They have an online marketplace currently up, so I'm urging if you are able to check out and support some of the small artists that have lost a lot of revenue for not being able to go to these events for the last few months. Over half a year actually now. So yeah, support your small businesses and artists. Third announcement, as of yesterday, I am a GM with Emerald City Game Masters Guild. So if you watch the show and you're like, hey, that looks fun, I want to do it, you can actually pay me to now. I also will be working as a DM on their Western Marches 24-hour D&D server. So if that's something that interests you, feel free to check Emerald City out. And you can find the next episode of Violet Cove here on October 22nd at 5 p.m. That's it. Goodbye. Oh, wait, one more thing. Did you cut us off yet, Harry? One more additional thing. I'm thinking of bringing on a guest soon. So if there's someone that you want to see play with us, let us know in the comments. And that's it.
All right, people, thank you for watching so much. Silent Infinity, I hope you didn't just arrive because we're just ending. Yep, work has been crazy. I can believe it. There's all the VODs are on the channel, so you can check them out. Take care. Like, favorite, subscribe. Have a good night.
Yes, bye, guys.
Bye-bye.